It's like, wow, oh, yeah. We went over there, pick up a couple of those eggs. He's got a new little house.
Can you hear us, Eliza? She may not be paying attention.
I can't hear you. Sorry, I had my volume down low.
Can you hear us, Eliza?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That is weird. Can you try talking to us again, Eliza? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
There we go. Now I can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. I'm not sure why my iPhone is also joined, but
Still sounds really clunky, doesn't it?
Yeah, this problem the other night with the speakers.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how I fix that last time. Well, we can hear anyway. We don't really need to hear.
You
As long
can.
as she can
I
hear.
hope I can hear. You guys ready?
Ready.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order, please. Join us in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right, Helen, do we have any minutes?
No.
Minutes? Any reports?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We've got the, a couple of snapshots from the health department.
Okay, yep, that's the one we just saw.
I saw that.
Okay, if you want to show that, please, as such, thank you. Okay, and then, how about, correspondence?
I have none.
Yeah, I have one. Okay, this is with one of our county employees. I'm just gonna read it as such. We received this the 21st of this month. It says, greetings. I just wanted to tell you all how much it means to the city of Boulder that Deanna Bruella went out of her way to make sure our recent jury trial that was held at district court went smoothly. She really went above and beyond from pulling our jury list. The city of Boulder has no jury program on full court. To training me on procedures. This was my first experience with a jury trial and just her general attitude. She is a great asset to the county, and thanks again and have a great weekend. Rosemary Perina, out of the city clerk in Boulder. Okay, that's all I have on that. Oh, yeah. Calendar review.
Okay, are there gonna be meetings tomorrow? So, solid waste safety at 7 and Clancy Water and Sewer. You still doing that one?
Clancy Water Sewer was last week.
Okay, yeah, I thought you just.
Yep.
And that is all that I have. Commissioner Dulo's Friday.
Anything else, commissioners?
Nope, just that
That's
one
good.
meeting in the morning
Okay.
is all I got.
All right. I am moving right along. We're moving fast. Commission reports, I'll go ahead and start us off. On the 18th, which was last Tuesday, Parks, Trails Recreation Commission, Thomas Elpel was the speaker who represented the Ruby Valley Rail Trail Organization. Thomas was proposing for wanting to do the Montana Rail Link Trail from Whitehall, Montana to Alder, Montana. Currently, he has the Madison County Commissioner's support on this topic, as their trail is currently as far as Twin Bridges. Thomas was looking for support from Jefferson County as well as our Park Commission. Baya Eric, who is our vice chair, mentioned to Thomas about the Piedmont wetlands area and the progress of the entities involved in trying to get the interested resources involved, and maybe Thomas could come to their next meeting to provide input. On the 19th, which was Wednesday last, Jefferson County Health Department clinic, county commissioners, county attorney, and health department met with the clinic board. There was discussion about the possibility of Jefferson County purchasing a clinic from the board. This was the first meeting of its kind to see if it's feasible, with much more discussion on this topic. More to come in a later date. No action was taken. Last Thursday, library board meeting. The meeting was held in Boulder, and Dutton reiterated the MLA, which is the Montana Library Association membership, is a yearly item from present July to following July. This membership covers the Boulder and Whitehall libraries. This supports libraries and offers a myriad of resources such as representation, but not legal aspects, as the county attorney would then be involved. The board also mentioned that in the next meeting agenda, items in January 2026, they need to evaluate new goals and work on different things for the Whitehall and Boulder libraries coming year. And we also received from a road department, Bear Taylor. This is an update as of today. All crews are preparing snow plows to be ready for upcoming storm fronts over the holiday weekend. As a reminder, until we get steady colder temps, we may not be able to plow all gravel roads until they are frozen. If there's substantial snowfall, we will make efforts with graders to open roads during normal work hours. And work has begun on the McCarty Creek culverts and drainage, but weather is going to limit progress. And then, which I think he's just implemented this and started, he's got it where if a person were to call in with a concern, it's called a citizen's request. He provides us a copy of that every week now so that we know what's going on. So if anyone has a complaint or a concern and talks to us, we then know that Bear Taylor in this case, or one of the supervisors, has spoken with that individual. So what it says is I will be including our citizen request report weekly. This will show any request that was made to our department during that time period, so you can be aware of issues that we've been contacted about. And then also in Belgrade at Floyd's Truck, they're looking at, they hauled a potential new snowplow to their location yesterday for review. And they're planning on inspecting it in the morning of the 26th. And I believe that's all I have. Yep, Commissioner Doolittle.
Oh, on Tuesday, the 18th, I had a health department meeting. It was actually fairly short. There wasn't much to do, went over budgets and claims. Some staff reports that were emailed out. They did vote to approve the new septic rates. They're having a public hearing on that on December 10th at 5:30. And it will probably come to us on the 16th in our meeting. That was about the extent of that. I did have on Thursday, the 20th, a Area 4 Agency on Aging Governing Board where they went through nominations and elections, where I was elected the new chairman. Andy Hundhausen out of Lewis Clark County was elected as the vice chair. We went over a new board member and she was approved. Went over an issue about Go-Go Grandparents. For anybody who don't know what that is, it's a nationwide program that has started in Montana, and it's basically for people that are 60 years or older. They can call this phone number and they can get so many free rides a month to the doctor or to get groceries. They can get groceries delivered, they get prescriptions delivered, and they get, I think, 6 a month of the rides and 4 a month of the deliveries. And they are the problems with our rural counties that we have, Jefferson County, Broadwater County, Marr County, that belong to it, is we don't have any Lyft or Uber drivers to do those rides. So this program would pay them people to do these rides, and they're free for the citizens. There's just nobody to drive. So it works really good in Helena, it works really good in Gallatin County. If anybody's looking to do that, you can contact me, or you can contact his name is Andy, and he's at andy@gogograndparent.com, and they can explain the program to you. Our Area 4 director's retiring the 19th of December, so we're looking for a new one of those. That has been posted, and there has been no decisions made on that yet. Also on Thursday, I had a Jefferson County Mental Health Local Advisory Council meeting where we discussed basically Rochelle's new job description. She's the behavioral health coordinator through the health department. We went through the agenda. A lot of people didn't have reports. A couple people had to leave early. We are going over the resolution that formed that board and our bylaws to try to come up with hopefully a strategic plan in the future for the direction of that board. That's all I got.
Thank you, Mr. Kirsch.
All right. Last Wednesday afternoon, we had a GLDC meeting out at the fairgrounds. I actually zoomed in because I had something going on at home before that, so it was hard for me to get back. Anyways,
they did an audit on the financials and it was moved to approve. Financials are all looking good. YGBR CDBG loan that the JLDC is helping us with, they're about ready to break ground on that next facility out at Yellowstone Boys and Girls Ranch. Sounds like Golden Eagle will be the contractor for that one. I bet you they'll have that thing done by the, I don't know, spring or summer of next year. Let's see. They reported on the Western Legacy Center, didn't, I don't know if you went to that, I didn't even know about it. They said they did have great attendance there. That's a big fundraiser for the Western Legacy Center facility down in Whitehall. Website's in its last steps of finalization, should be out anytime, I think in first part of December, she said. And they're gonna start on a marketing strategy. Still working on the hub zone status. I think they're getting closer to that, with the help of, Marta Bertoglio, and the governor. I think they're gonna try to get that pushed through down on the south side. Let's see, anything else? Tizer Gardens may have a possible buyer. They're helping them through the processes with that. Same with Montana City Store, possibly a new owner there as well.
But just the store, the whole thing?
That I don't know. I'd assume it's the whole thing. It's kind of all one piece there, so. Let's see, Helena Community Foundation, that's similar to the Boulder Community Foundation. They have grants that go out. They're kind of focused more on the north side of the county since that's kind of their area up there. So if you got anybody on the north side that's looking for grants, fire departments or anybody like that, that's nonprofit can put in for that Helena Area Community Foundation grant. Yeah, let's see, I think that was about it for JLDC. Clancy Water Sewer District, I did not make it to this meeting, but I did get word that their test on their new water well that is giving them good water is good as well on radionuclides. That's the, I'm trying to think, the radioactiveness of the water, the whole area out there's got the problem with that. Most of the wells that they've punched so far have had a problem with the radionuclides, but this one seems to be clean, so they're moving forward. With that is a request from DNRC for an extension on the ARPA funding. It sounds like it's a possibility to push that 6 months because it's supposed to be done by the end of this year. So it's going to be really hard for them to spend the rest of their ARPA grant funding by the end of this year. So they're pushing for a 6 months extension. So we'll see how that goes.
Corey, were you able to get a hold of them and tell them that that well might be in the 500
Yeah.
year floodplain and what they might have to do?
Yeah, they're well aware of that. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you. Rocky Mountain Development Council, I also just zoomed into that one. That one's in Helena. The chairman of the board asked for people to really try to be there. They've had struggles getting enough of an attendance even to get a quorum at that meeting. So trying to get people to actually be at that meeting has been a challenge. So we're going to work on that. Got a new board member. Her name's Caitlin. She's on policy council. What else? They gave their fiscal update. Everything looked good. They approved their community needs assessment. Just a lot of just informal paperwork going on. Not much happening for the board, Rocky Mountain board. So I ran over to Clancy on Friday for a floodplain meeting with some of the residents over there. DNRC was there in attendance as well. Steve Marks, Doug from DNRC and Clifford Meese was there trying to figure out a couple inconsistencies in their flood map. And Doug was going to take a look at that, trying to get a different designation for that North Main Street flood thing that's affecting most of the people that are concerned with it here, and that might be an easy fix just to switch them over to an X designation, and that doesn't sound like it's going to be a problem. So we're working through the process on that. And one thing I found out during that meeting is it's possible to exclude a partial part of that map. So we'll have to eventually approve the whole floodplain map, but there's a way to take a part of it out that may not be right, or if there's some inconsistencies, we can approve the whole map except for that map for whatever reason. So that was good to know, just in case we get into where some inconsistencies need to be looked at, 'cause we've only got a couple weeks left before the appeals period ends, so. And I think that was it for my meetings last week, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner. Excuse me. Right now, we have a time specific, so we'll come back to the opportunity for public comment here shortly. So I'm gonna turn that to 1:45, which is the MSU Extension Program. Kalina and Marissa, would you like to present, please?
Sure. Afternoon.
How are you?
Want me to go?
Sure. So we just wanted to say hi and talk about some of the programs we have coming up. January, February of 2026. So we scheduled several Rancher Roundtable educational programs. We have one here in Boulder at the fairgrounds on drones. We have one in Whitehall on succession planning for farms and ranches. And then we have one on invasive grasses in Ennis and another one in Alder on calving.
Did you say drones?
Yeah, drones in agriculture.
Okay,
Mhm. Yeah,
that's interesting,
yeah.
but I guess that is.
Changing technology, pricing's coming down, save on labor time, kind of get a look on animals, stock tanks. I don't think we'll talk about drones that will apply pesticides, but they also have that too for
Sure.
hard to reach areas. Yeah, so that's scheduled out. We have a couple of pesticide applicator credits for the one in Boulder and the one in Ennis. That's right. For any of the pesticide applicators that want credits, a couple opportunities there. As well as crop school, we have scheduled in February in Three Forks. We collaborate with Gallatin and Broadwater County to hold an all-day event for ranchers and farmers there. There's a couple of Master Gardener. So we're bringing the Master Gardener course to Boulder, January through March. It'll be in the evenings on Tuesdays. We're taking registrations now. We're trying to get the word out. Anyone who's interested in horticulture, gardening, it'll be at the fairgrounds, and we're excited to hold that course there. It's been a lot of fun the last couple of years. There's one thing I'm thinking of holding next year, but I'd like your feedback on the content. And it's a leadership course. So other counties through MSU Extension are holding leadership courses. It's a 9-month program. It would run September to May, 1 day a month, but a full day. And we would cover topics such as like professional values, generational differences in the workplace, emotional IQ, group decision-making, conflict style, conflict management, avoiding burnout, which I'm sure everyone can relate to. Yeah, and the theory is that, we have a lot of rural communities across the state. We are asking a lot of fewer numbers of people in terms of playing leadership roles. And so I've been watching some of our peers hold this course, and I'd like to bring it to Madison and Jefferson counties. So the idea would be that in that 9-month period, rotate geographically where we hold that course throughout the 2 counties every month, and take applications and have a cohort from both counties. And so some of it would be classroom style education, and then that same day it would be a tour of a mine or a ranch or something related to the economy and recreation, and just having them get to know what contributes to the economy in different communities around both counties. But I'd like your feedback and or support that I should spend my time this way next year.
What's it been like in the other counties that have done it?
A rave success. People really enjoy it. They also kind of get to know each other and kind of build community through working with people and build their leadership skills. Also, I've seen just a lot of variety in terms of folks who have been retired and want to build on their skill set, or folks that it's their first big girl, big boy job and want to build skills to be in a leadership position. And so everything in between. Also a real variety in farmers, ranchers, healthcare, educators, just from all backgrounds. So I think that adds a lot to what they learn in the room, having different backgrounds. Other counties have waiting lists for this and so yeah, it's been successful and I'd love to bring it here if with your support.
Is there a cost to it?
Yeah, I'd have to determine what the cost would be. It might be maybe $150 per person, maybe 200. Have to decide how much time do I have to bring in some outside sponsors to reduce the cost, offer scholarships, et cetera, so it's accessible to everyone.
What kind of a commitment do you need? In other words, how many people to make this work?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about like minimum number. In Wheatland County, they ran it with 5.
Mm.
Broadwater County runs it with around 15. Park County runs upwards towards 30. So I don't know. I think it would be tough to do it with 5. But I think between the 2 counties, there would be enough interest to, I'd be more concerned about what do we cap it at? And if we're changing locations every time, can the space kind of accommodate if it's 30 or so? We're going in much smaller communities.
Okay, thanks. Anything else, commissioners? You have any questions?
No, I'd be in full support of that, especially if it's a popular
Sounds good.
program, anything like that for the community is awesome.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
I got the thumbs up from Madison County last week, thumbs up from you, so I feel, yeah, good to start planning. That other flyer that I just have in the back that I didn't mention yet is a program that's coming to Whitehall next week, a mobile memory cafe, and it's part of some of our specialists are doing more programming for folks with Alzheimer's, dementia, and memory loss. And so this is like a mobile classroom. It looks like an RV, but the inside is kind of labeled and designed to be educational for folks who are experiencing memory loss.
Hmm.
So they're gonna bring that to Whitehall next week.
Nice.
Yeah. That's it for my programming. Before I hand it to Marissa, any questions for me?
You're doing great.
Yep, thank you.
Great, thanks.
All right, let's talk about some 4-H stuff. So here's a couple photos from, just a little recap of fair. Fair went super well. I send out a post-fair survey to the families to see what went well, their satisfaction level, as well as different areas they think that we can improve in for next year. And I will say that you guys this fair got a screaming recommendation. They all had a really wonderful time. Everything went really smoothly. They are currently working, we have a new committee, and that's going to be the Jefferson County Fair Committee, which will sit under the 4-H Council, and they'll be in charge of planning the 4-H side of the fair, in partnership with, of course, the Fair Board. But they are currently working on putting some more weight limits. We had a couple turkeys last year, and we just want to make sure that when those animals do go to slaughter, they're at the appropriate weight. So we're kind of figuring out some of those weights and just some, policy and rules around that. And then the other set of photos on the bottom, that was from this past Sunday. That was our Achievement Day. And that is an event that happens once a year, and it's to celebrate the previous year. So we try to do it at the beginning of the 4-H year, and we celebrate the character that's developed through 4-H. So we give out awards for herdsmanship, whoever took the best care of their animals, for sportsmanship, who was very helpful during fair and throughout the year. And I will say the Boulder Outlaws Club, they really shine. They received a lot of those awards. So it was really fun to celebrate all of the kids at that event. So 4-H is currently open. Our enrollment will close next Monday. So we currently, as of this afternoon, we have 238 members registered and 30 volunteers. That is lower than last year, but our families are really, they procrastinate a lot. So I'm anticipating probably our numbers to be around what they were last year, which is around 300 members. And last year we actually had 60 volunteers. So some of those are still finishing up their paperwork, making sure that they re-register in order to be a volunteer. We also have a couple of new volunteers, which is exciting for our kids. That means we can do more and we can offer more for the kids in the program. So we have a couple events coming up. This Wednesday, actually tomorrow, we have a Thanksgiving cake decorating workshop, and this is going to be put on by one of our volunteers, and she has found this Thanksgiving cake decoration where the kids will learn some different piping techniques to then decorate a cake and share it with their family the next day for Thanksgiving. So we have had a lot of interest in that one, so I'm really excited to see how those cakes turn out. Then in December, we'll have another club officer training. So we will train up our new club officers in their roles and responsibilities, as well as give them a fun overview of how to do parliamentary procedure, as all of our clubs are run in that way. And then, we already did treatment day. Starting in January, we will begin again preparing for fair with our beef weigh-in. So that is the first species that we weigh in. And then also in January, on January 30th, I am putting on 2 different events. The first one I'm calling the Bovine Belly Workshop, where I will be working with the kids on dissecting beef stomachs. So there's 4 different compartments to a beef stomach, and I'm going to pick some up from a processor up in Butte, who is happy to let us take some stomachs off of his hands. So the kids will get to learn about all those different compartments, what they do. They'll get to open them up and see the insides of them, because the inside is really key to the digestion of the grass that those cows are eating. So they'll get to see it, they'll get to feel it. Hopefully it won't smell too bad. However, I have been warned that we should maybe do this outside instead of inside, but we'll see how that goes. And then after that workshop, we will begin our livestock judging practices again, and it will also be focused on beef that afternoon. So hopefully the kids will come for the dissection and then stay to learn a little bit more about our beef project and how to judge a beef to know if it's going to be a good one for you.
Nice.
That is all. Oh, there's one more thing. So with the beginning of the new 4-H year, I try to take a look at the program and see if there's any areas that could use some improvement from a perspective that I'm able to help. And so there's 2 different areas that I want to invest in this year. The first is last year we focused on animal science. I still want to continue focusing on that. So we're doing the beef belly workshop. We're also going to be partnering with a couple other agents in our region of Montana, and we're going to be putting on a small animal workshop. That's going to be in May. So we're still figuring all of the details out for that, but that will be some more animal science investment into our kids. The other area that I'm going to invest in is with our littlest little ones. So 4-H, you can begin at 5 years old, and that is what we call a clover bud. So a clover bud are 5 to 7 years old, and we don't have any programming specifically for that developmental stage in our program as a whole right now. So that is something I'm going to be focusing on this next 4-H year, bringing in some more fun things for them to do, introduce them to some sciences, introduce them to the wonderful world of wildlife here in Montana. The name is escaping me, but there are education boxes that I can check out from the state where the kids can learn about all these different aspects, and we can bring some more resources in for those kids to learn from. So I'm really looking forward to that. Do you guys have
Sounds
any
fun.
questions?
I don't know, great job. Keep up the good work, both of you. Thank you.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it.
Happy holidays.
You too, ladies.
You.
I would ask, first of all, is there anybody that's gonna ask to be or want to speak during the public comment? If not, I'm gonna skip it right now, and we'll go right into this discuss and decide on the parcel lands of the town of Whitehall. So I would start out with our Public Works Director, Corey Clappin, who's with Whitehall, and then our road crew supervisor, who is Bear Taylor. And I'm gonna let you lead off with it, Corey, because of your question and your concern, if you would, please. And you're more than
Okay.
welcome to stand or wherever you want to do.
All right, if I'm good here, I'm good here. So what we have is we have a parcel of ground, I believe it's 70 by 100 down across from Stage Line Pizza. It's actually out of city limits. Where the town does lease the property around it, from the railroad. What happens is we've maintained it for 10 years. The county, I don't even believe they knew they owned it. It's a dumping spot for everybody that comes through town. So we go take the stuff to the dump, take care of it, mow it. I wanna put sprinklers on it and make it part of the park. I can't really do that if it's the county's property. So I'd like to figure out how to get it to the town so it can be maintained or continuously maintained.
Has there been any discussion with you and Bear in this case?
I don't know if Bear and I have directly talked about it. We had talked So we help out and plow Skyline. Through you, I believe we had talked about taking over Skyline. I don't really feel that's fair to the town of Whitehall, because we've maintained your guys' property you didn't know for 10 years. I mean, I'm willing to take it on and keep maintaining it, but it has to be the towns. I can't keep maintaining a county piece property. So. I don't think, we haven't talked about it, have we, Barry, you and I directly?
Well, we've talked about you guys taking over that chunk, and, we've talked many times about plowing the Skyline,
Yep.
so.
And we have plowed Skyline for a couple of years. I had a little confusion the first year, I think, but we plow that now just on, I mean, Bear helps me out. I don't mind helping out. His trucks don't have to go up there. We're up there. To me, it's not a big deal to plow it.
Counselors, anything you want to shed light on that, or does it have to be an agreement or whatever in place or nothing?
Well, if my initial understanding, Mr. Chairman, was that there was going to be possibly the county would give this piece of property to the town of Whitehall, and then there would be some maybe secondary agreement to do the plowing. But if the plowing is going to continue and we don't need a secondary agreement for that, that may just be an extra step in the process that doesn't need to be done. As far as the county deeding this property to the town of Whitehall, that is permissible. The statute allows the county to donate real property, not donate, deed real property to another governmental entity, federal, state, local, as long as it's used for recreational purposes, or if you guys want to turn it into a cemetery, that's an allowed use. The caveat there is it has to be maintained and used for, in this case, recreational purposes for a minimum of a period of 5 years. If it is not used for that purpose during those 5 years or in part of those 5 years, then it automatically reverts back to the county in this case. The way we do that, I think, is we simply put together a quitclaim deed to, if the commission is desirous of going through this, put together a quitclaim deed from the county to the city of Whitehall or the town of Whitehall. And then we would have a deed restriction in there that says that it is to be used for recreational purposes. I would argue into perpetuity. But if it has to be used at a minimum for 5 years, if it's not, then the county gets the property back. Frankly, pretty easy process. And, of course, the decision, if you guys want to go forward with this, is up to the commission.
So I'll add to that too a little bit. I talked to Linda on the way up. I think once the town acquires, if the town was to acquire this property, would zone it park, which the town is not allowed to sell park. So as soon as it's on that, the town couldn't do anything with it other than leave it a park, right? So I think the town's totally willing to do that. It'd have to go through council, but I think that's the purpose for it. And that would definitely happen.
And having it as park land is one of the identified uses in the statute. So instead of calling it recreational land, we can certainly title it park land. That's just a matter of the label.
Thank you. Bear, what are your thoughts?
Well, as far as the property goes, that's with you guys, the plowing, if you can continue to have a working agreement to where it works, it helps, it benefits us, because it's an out of the way section. If it doesn't work, then we go back to plowing it. It's just a benefit to the residents. They're up there before we are. But I mean, it's kind of two separate things. It just depends on how you gentlemen care to proceed. If we need to say it's a 5 year, like that's kind of the cost of the property, is a 5 year deal, or however you want to proceed. I think me and Corey work well enough together that as long as they're available, they're going to cover for us. If not, you can let us know and we can handle it. We've had really good working relationship with them, so I don't see that being an issue.
As long as I'm employed with the town, I'll keep plowing. I don't plan on going anywhere, but I don't want to promise something when I'm not there. But as long as I'm there, we'll keep plowing.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys got a good working relationship as such, so. At this point then, and I would refer, I guess, to council members here, or Linda in this case, you're gonna have to take this back and put it on your agenda.
I believe it will go on the
Yeah,
agenda
yeah,
in December.
definitely.
Okay,
Is it gonna be connected to the rest of your park that runs along
Yes.
the street there?
No, not really. So the
Cause it's kind of a
railroad,
road that goes through there, I think.
so when you look at it, there is a road splitting it, but the big pull out there is actually the railroad that we do lease, so it is bordered. So the town of Whitehall doesn't own any of their park. So the
That's
whole,
railroad.
It's
the whole
leased.
Legion Park is either highway right of way or railroad. And so we have that leased, so that lease does continue through that parking area and goes up to your property you guys own. So our lease through the railroad definitely connects it. The town doesn't own that property.
Okay.
But
How long is the lease?
Oh, wasn't it?
I think it's.
One of these, we're gonna be pushing up daisies before it expires.
Definitely. I mean, they've never upped the price. We pay $800 for the property we lease from the railroad. It's never changed, and I was told, I did check into it. I was told it'll never change, so.
Good.
That's a little piece there, Corey, that I've got
It
highlighted.
is, so
Okay.
cadastral does have it off. You are, about 20 feet from the pavement, so you are back in the grass there.
Okay,
From what I can tell, I did check with the highway, the state said they have about a 20-foot right of way alongside the pavement. So that's where your property would start, is about 20 feet from the blacktop. It's the main grass section, I think.
sounds good.
And I do, if it does come through, I do plan on it. I have the money set aside. It'll go under sprinkler. And we'll just mow it every week like we do the park. So,
Is all this junk still on the lot here that this picture portrays? or
no, it's 100% cleaned up.
Is it all,
So-
okay, it's all good.
So I mean, it's a going battle, seriously. Every
Yeah.
construction job that comes through, they leave stuff there. I mean, and that's this morning. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning going, this is kind of crap. We're picking up the county's waste off their property, and then we're paying the county to dispose of it. Because we get charged at the dump to dispose it. So I'm like, there's something backwards.
Sounds like a good deal.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
So I don't think that's fair.
anybody have any questions?
Steve, do you know the process? Can we okay this at this meeting now? Can we say go ahead with this process as a commission? Cause it does say discuss and decide on here.
Yeah, I think what can be done is a motion can be made, if, depending upon what you gentlemen want to do, to deed this property, to the town of Whitehall in accordance with 78102, contingent upon approval from the town council of the town of Whitehall.
I'll make that motion, Helen, if you could just take what he said and put that into a motion.
That's the statute. if you like.
Okay, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor? Aye.
And when
Just acquired the property you've been taking care of.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. We'll make it look
Been
good.
a long time coming.
For as long as I've been driving past there, it's been there like that.
Yeah, it'll look a lot better. There's a lot of traffic that goes by that.
Yeah, and they stop there. I mean,
Have a couple
People-
picnic benches out there.
people-
It'll be nice.
or, yeah, it'll be nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'll see you next month, I guess, down there.
All right, we're good to go.
Is that you? Thank you.
Do you want to stay or
But no, I don't need to do that.
it's up to you? If you want to stay, we can stay and listen to what they have to say, or we can leave.
I don't know what's on.
Today's Whitehall Day, just so you know.
Oh.
Okay,
Well, listen.
we'll hang out.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Bear.
Bear. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bear.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and
Thanks,
move
Bear.
on then. Discussion of county marijuana ordinance, Mr. Denny.
Good afternoon.
You know the commissioners, Mr. Denny?
I've met Commissioner Haggerty before.
Okay.
Um,
Commissioner Kirsch, for here, and Commissioner Doolittle. for
Nice
the
to meet
Commissioner
motion.
Doolittle, I think we've known through some professional
Mhm.
organizations. Good afternoon. I want to begin a discussion with the county about a proposal for a small portion of the Madison County marijuana ordinance. Madison County's is pretty robust and fairly restrictive on quite a lot of things. My purpose for being here today is, the first picture is of an operation behind my house. So it affects me personally. That is a tier 3 level cultivator license that was granted by the state. That began in, I believe, April or May of this year, so would have fallen outside the moratorium on outdoor grow operations. However, the state considers that to be a permanent fixed indoor structure. The issue that I have with it personally is that because of the size and what I would consider to be outdoor nature of it, it produces an odor for about 6 to 8 weeks in the summertime that renders my property unusable just because of the strong odor, and permeates the inside of my house. So that, like, I can't open the windows. A large grocery run, unloading the groceries, having the door open, makes the inside of my house and my 2-year-old's clothing smell like marijuana.
Is this access point right here to get to that? Is
Yes,
this- In
so
other words, this is off of,
it's off the Jackrabbit.
I've been to it. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. My goal in bringing it to your attention here today is not to create something so burdensome for that landowner. I know the state voters and the county voters have approved that particular product, and I'm very respectful of that process. But what I'd like to propose is, specifically section 7D of the Madison County. I believe it's 7D. Which basically says that the odor can't be detectable from near residential areas during normal weather conditions. I've included also a bit of the Montana code that allows local jurisdictions and counties to create their own additional requirements in addition to the state Cannabis Control Board and Department of Revenue. So I believe that that's allowed under the state law as long as it's compliant with the state law. Madison County has had this ordinance in place, so I think I'm sure it's been tested there before, so it appears to be compliant with state law. And like I said, my suggestion is kind of just the health aspect of it, not the overall other restrictions, because the Madison County one is pretty robust.
It sounds like to me, you basically want something that can be done with the smell, or something that they can gain more control on and not have it where it smells, right?
Right.
You'd agree?
Right.
Commissioner, do you have any questions?
I do not, Mr. Chairman. I think it's something we need to review and.
And I agree. And is there anything you want to say, Councilman?
Well, two preliminary questions. First of all, is this area in the county or is it part of the town of Whitehall?
This is in the county. This is south of Whitehall.
Okay. Second question, is this a commercial grow?
This is a tier 3 cultivator commercial operation,
Okay.
which allows up to 5,000 square feet times 3, I believe.
So 15,000 square feet?
Under that license, yes.
Okay.
The photo I brought with me, these are essentially garden hoops that during the grow season have a piece of plastic sheeting over the top. And there's no like in building enclosure that would mitigate that. I think it falls under a structure as far as the state is concerned, but functionally it's essentially just open to the air.
Sorry, your house smells like a skunk.
Right.
Well, I have, certainly, commissioners, there's not an issue with looking into this. One of the things that I'm going to have to check with respect, we are permitted under statute to regulate, to put an ordinance in for certain aspects of commercial grow operations. The question that comes to my mind, since these things are licensed through the state, is if these folks have been permitted to have a certain type of operation, if we may be precluded from enacting anything which puts additional requirements on top of that. That is something to be researched. I may have to reach out to the revenue folks, and get a copy of these people's permit, this business's permit. Is this is this like a mom and pop operation, or is it under a corporate structure?
It's under a business license. There was a storefront in Butte. I don't know if that still exists.
Could be. If it doesn't exist, somebody else took their spot.
I'm certain of it, yes.
Could you send Commissioner Haggerty the name of the business, and then I can do
Yes.
a record search on them and
Yep.
dig up. It's certain, we can look into it. If the commission wants our office to look into it, we can certainly research it and potentially come up with some options that could be explored. Or if I think we're dead in the water on it, I'm gonna tell you that too. But
Okay.
we can look into it.
I've brought along my cursory reading. It's 1612-301 that seems to authorize additional ordinances at the county and local level so that they don't contradict state law.
Yeah, and that's the fine line
Yep.
that has to be looked at is typically when a superior, and I hate to use that word, but when a
Yep.
higher level of government puts something in place, they're either gonna put sideboards around it and say, okay, lower level of government, you can't draw outside the lines here.
Mhm.
Or they're going to allow maybe further restrictions to come into play. I just haven't dug
Sure.
into the weeds that far yet, so.
Sure.
And I know the Madison County attorney, in fact, when this issue came up, I contacted him and he said, yeah, here's our ordinance. But I needed some preliminary information today, to get a better picture of kind of where I need to start. So
Okay.
I think I've got a good idea of that now, so we can start to work on that, and maybe hopefully before bud season comes in next year, we can hopefully help you out, because I understand.
And I think my goal here today is kind of just a minimum level of, hey, you've got to kind of mitigate this. You know, I'm not here to override the county voters or
I
anything.
understand.
But I think that portion, at least, to me, seems like a reasonable, not overburdensome thing.
To just deal with the snow.
Yes.
You had a question, sir?
Yeah, my name is Trevor Walter. I'm down in Madison County.
Oh.
I'm running for House District 69 against Ken Walsh down there.
Oh, okay.
Josh reached out to me about this as well, just because I'm in Madison County and know a little bit about the stuff going on down there. So I talked to the Cannabis Control Division, and they did say that the ordinances would have to come at the county level here to do this. They said that absolutely can be done. We looked into this quite extensively, actually. They also said that this is a very big issue over in Gallatin County. And in fact, there are neighborhoods over there that the smell is so bad that the neighbors are trying to move out. But they can't sell their homes because other people don't want to move in with that smell. And so I would highly recommend that we do something about this, because the few can't control the masses like this. I mean, this is crazy. So anyway, thank you.
You have any more insight, you or Mr. Denny, in regards of how many people are there? I've seen people there employed back when I was a deputy, way back in the day. It's been there that long. And I don't know if it's still run that way, and you're right, the person was in Butte that owned it or had it licensed.
The previous landowner sold to another gentleman this spring.
Oh, okay.
They are related within the same
Hmm.
group. So the title has transferred, but I believe it's essentially the same,
Business.
the same group.
And is this is the county attorney, correct? We
So
believe
I believe they're
it's kind of
represented
county
by
attorney
the
view. The
current
Silver
Silver County Attorney.
Yeah, is in bed with this deal, is what we found. And he, so just so you know, he's been very defensive when people bring up topics of his marijuana business. So, it's a very touchy subject for him, and he has been defensive is the polite way we're calling this, so just so you know. He's very protective of it.
Just for your peace of mind, commissioners, you don't have to worry about your local county attorney. Getting involved in marijuana.
You don't own any marijuana dispensaries?
Some of us county attorneys opposed it.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Some of you do oppose it.
Yeah, so if you can get me that information, is there any other discussion first? If not, Mr. Denny, if you can get me that information, like, Counselor asked the county commissioner,
Yes,
attorney, then, I'll forward it on to him.
Okay.
And we'll go from there and we'll be in touch with you.
okay.
Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Okay, I'm gonna go back just in case opportunity for public comment. Is there anything that anyone would like to say at this point in time that's not on the agenda? And if so, please identify yourself first and we'll go from there. So I would just ask, since you're here, you're a runner-up against Mr. Walsh, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
so my,
You want to introduce yourself because,
Well,
Sure.
we kind of got to be careful here.
no, I don't mean that way, but I mean in a sense, because I can tell you this is what really got me. I'm not asking you to campaign, just who you are.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, because believe it or not, where I'm at, and Ginger can confirm with that, I'm in a totally different district.
Yeah, you are. So my district runs right up to Coons Road, basically. So from everything south of there is where my district is, after our redistricting this last time. Yeah, all the way over to Three Forks and,
Oh, okay.
well, actually, it kind of carves a little niche down and misses some around Three Forks, but I have Three Forks in it as well.
Okay.
So, yep, and I have a little bit of Silver Bow. Kind of that odd little section between, where we zip in and out of it.
Okay.
A little bit over by Harding Way, yes.
Okay.
So, yes, I do have, some of you guys in that area. So the redistricting kind of made it.
Oh, it
pretty-
screwed things up.
Yeah.
So, thank you, appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay, anybody have anything for public comment? Come on, Dee Dee, I know you got something.
You're so funny.
Nothing this time? I'll tell you, well, whatever, not till after Thanksgiving, right? So, anybody else? Barb, you got anything? Esther, good to see you. So. For those of you that don't know Esther, she's the one that, her and Barb worked hand in hand. She's now the representative for, Madison County, what Barb was doing. So,
And Jefferson.
oh, and Jefferson now, yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Beaverhead,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, right, she's circulating a lot of places.
So, if there's nothing else, then we will be adjourned. Thank you all.